Dearest Texas history scholars, we are now looking at the United States. This map right here is the Western expansion map. And on this Western expansion map, there's a little trick to remembering this, and it's called OMG, BLT, UFO. And that doesn't make sense to you right now, but it's because I haven't shown you how to use this trick. So up in the corner, I want you to write OMG, BLT, UFO. And that is the trick that we're going to learn for the Western expansion map. I'm going to take a marker, a handy dandy marker, and I'm going to write our OMG BLT. This right here is the Oregon Territory, so that's our O. M is the Mexican Cession. G is the Gadsden Purchase. This right here is B, and that's for British territory. We have an L right here for the Louisiana Territory. Good job. And then this, I hope you know, is Texas. That's the Texas Annexation from 1845. And now for our UFO. This is the United States in 1783. This right here, all of this is the original 13 colonies. And then that little guy down there is Florida. Okay? So OMG, BLT, UFO. Now we need to go back in and completely fill this out so that we know what all those letters stand for. So this is the Oregon Territory. If you ever played Oregon Trail, this is where your trail was taking you. If you didn't die of dysentery, which almost everyone did. Sort of like in real life. Okay, so O is Oregon Territory in 1845. M is Mexican Cession. A cession is something that was given up in a treaty. And that happened in 1848 after the Mexican-American War. Down here was a land deal that was made to avoid the Rocky Mountains with the Transcontinental Railroad, and it was organized by a guy named Gadsden. So this is the Gadsden Purchase of 1854. I would love to tell you that we're going to hear more about that, but that's just kind of one of those things you have to remember. The G is Gadsden. All right, up here we're going to go to B, and that is the British Territory. And that was acquired in 1818 as part of a land deal with, oh, you guessed it, Great Britain. Here's the Louisiana Purchase, which was made by Thomas Jefferson in, 1803, Louisiana. It's purchase territory, whatever you want to call it. 1803, and that's when he sent Lewis and Clark to go check it out. Gosh, I just love hearing about Lewis and Clark. That's one of my favorite parts of history. It's like going into the unknown. It's like they were astronauts, except they were going on land and meeting all new kinds of people. Man, I could get carried away on that one. All right, here's Texas Annexation. This is when Texas joined the United States. And it was way after the Alamo, okay? So Texas Annexation is when it was actually President Anson Jones of Texas signed a treaty with James K. Polk saying that we would be part of the United States. Oh, speaking of the United States in 1783. This was after the American War of Independence against Great Britain, and Great Britain lost, and they were like, okay, fine, just take everything that's east of the Mississippi, and we don't want to fight with you anymore. that was a compromise. So then I'm going to come in here, and you can just like make this bold somehow. But right here, we have something really important that kind of shapes America and the American West. This is kind of the border between the civilized world and then the uncivilized world. Out here, they don't have big cities for the most part, or throughout history, they didn't. This was it is still today, the Mississippi River. And if you were going to go west, son, the first thing that you would do was cross the Mississippi River, and that's how you knew that you were in the Wild West, because anything west of the Mississippi is the western United States, and anything east is the eastern United States. So let's continue with our OMG BLT UFO. Man, that's fun to say. UF, so we're going to go down here to Florida. You spell Florida like the rapper Flo Rida. Funny, I think he's actually from there. What a coincidence. This was a cession made. That means it was given up in a treaty. The Florida cession, it was from Spain, and that was in 1819. Oh, as you guessed it, original 13 colonies. And these original 13 colonies became a country when they declared independence in 1776. Was that the end of the war? No, but that's when they declared themselves independent. Another thing that we want to add on here just really, really, really quick is that we have three major bodies of water, okay? So we have the Pacific Ocean. My daughter's playing ABC Mouse and she's trying to get tickets. Okay, so Pacific Ocean is over here. That's the peaceful one. And then right here, all of this is the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. Gulf is a geography term. It is not a game. Gulf of Mexico. Okay. Over here we have the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is near Atlanta, which is about right there. And that's where 50 Cent is from, the ATL, and Usher, along with other rappers from Georgia in the American South.
Waka Flocka Flame.
I don't know why my husband just said that, but it was entertaining. Okay, if we think about our map components, they were compass. I can do that. I'm gonna add a compass. Add a compass with me. Never eat sour watermelon. And then a title, check. Scale, I'm not going to draw a scale because I don't know the distance. The other thing was a key, and on this particular map, the only thing that you could make a key out of would be the blue line, and that would be like to symbolize the river, the Mississippi River. Okie doke. So that was Western expansion. There is another video for this day. Don't get excited. I'm not done.